thanks for tuning in. My name's Shane and I'm the Managing Director at Perth's Granny Flat Specialist. This is the second video in a series of information videos we're producing to help you with your research into granny flats. Apart from can I build a granny flat on my property, the most popular thing people want to know is how much does a granny flat cost? Sure, we can tell you that an average 60 square metre 2-bedroom granny flat will cost around $125,000 to $130,000, but without all the details, how can you compare the different builders? So really, I think the question should be, how do I choose the right builder? And more importantly, how do you choose the right builder for you? Do you look for a builder with proven experience, who's a specialist in what they do and focuses on your needs? Or do you go with one of the big names because you're happy with the cookie cutter design? Or do you look for the cheapest quote available? Choose the cheapest builder and there are consequences. At the end of the day, the price to build the same design to the same standard is going to be very close. The main way companies provide a lower price is to compromise on the quality or they miss things out of the contract. We've all heard the horror stories, dodgy workmanship, hidden costs, delays and unfinished projects. Let's face it though, most of the people telling these stories will have a moment when they say that in hindsight, the signs were there, they just didn't recognise them or chose to ignore them. Building your new granny flat should be a dream experience, and it often is if it's done right. Ask plenty of questions. Is the builder registered? Do they have all of the necessary insurances? Do they have any current or past disputes, and what was the outcome? Look at their testimonials. Ask to speak to previous clients, and if possible, get them to show you something in progress or just completed. It's important to remember here that having a display centre doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do a great job or be great to deal with. It definitely means they have high overheads, and that salesman who is willing to tell you anything you want to hear, he needs the commission or he's eating baked beans. Find out what systems the builder has in place to manage the project and how will they communicate with you once things get underway. They should have a detailed schedule and be prepared to share it with you. If you choose correctly, your builder will make building your granny flat a dream. If you get it wrong, it could be more of a nightmare. The worst case scenario is that you're left in the dark with a $100,000 plus and rising project in your backyard to come home to every day. A builder with the right systems in place will be able to give you a detailed proposal listing the inclusions and their estimated cost to build based on your sketch. It's important to get an estimate at this early stage. Beware of salespeople trying to sign you up to a building contract this early in the process. What happens if there are extra site costs the salesman missed and now you're up for extra costs plus a 25% builder's margin which you didn't budget for? That's why a good builder will work towards providing a fixed price quote before he gets you to sign a building contract. More on that in a later video. A great way to get things rolling is to use a preliminary agreement. Your builder will need to engage a surveyor and a draftsman to gather the necessary information to prepare a fixed price quote. A preliminary agreement is the best way to take the next step without signing a building contract before you have all of the information. This way, if something is uncovered, which is going to add a substantial amount to the price and which is a deal breaker for you, you can end the process simply without having to breach the terms of your contract. We've produced a great guide which reveals the questions you need to ask before you sign a building contract. You can download it below. Thanks for watching. We'll have another information video for you soon, so subscribe or like us and we'll see you soon.